First thing I want to welcome here, I want to welcome Shimmy and Ellie David. Ellie and Shimmy David back home, back to Yeshiva. We've had the zchus. We've had the zchus in Yeshiva that four brothers, twice it's happened that four brothers learned in Yeshiva, and we've been zeicha that Avi, Tzvi, Ellie, and then Shimmy in that order learned in yeshiva. We were zeicha that they're part of our mishpacha, part of our yeshiva, part of our friendship. I started my career here for many years, and I didn't understand chinuch. I dare say I didn't understand life's journey that well. And the guys in yeshiva are changing my life. I'm understanding. I had I would call it a very secular understanding how things look, what success looks like, what a school's job is, what success looks like was very, very secular. A secular school has a certain curriculum, and that's cool. They want to finish the curriculum, and it's very easy to mark success and failure is did you complete the curriculum or not. And that's a secular school, and it's a very, if you call it linear, it's very simple. Did you finish this limudim or not? I don't think a yeshiva should be that way. I think there's certainly goals and dreams, and to finish mesechtas, to make siyumim, are all wonderful accomplishments. A guy can finish a mesechta in yeshiva and be wildly unsuccessful, because he's not going to be a good husband, father, not going to be a good human being. He's not developed. He's not resolved. He's not looked into his own challenges and faced things that he has to change, that he has to face and work on. I think a yeshiva, and I think the life of Torah demands and asks and gives the opportunity to connect to something that's meaningful, that's eternal, that matters a lot. Somebody asked me recently about success in yeshiva. How many guys? I was asked this Motzei Shabbos by a Chassidish mechanech. How many guys are successful? And I had two meetings with the Rebbeim in the yeshiva. A place would be silly not to mark success, not to ask itself, are guys being successful or not? Because that question, are guys being successful or not? Are you doing a good job? Should you change things up in the yeshiva? So every yeshiva has to ask itself, are the guys in the yeshiva being successful? And we certainly, as a yeshiva, have our mark of what's success, but it is not judged by how the world perceives it. I've had guys come to yeshiva with a yarmulke and looking all stark, and leaving here in the eyes of the world looking less stark, and I consider them smashing successes, because they're engaged in their journey, they're more honest about life, working on things in a more honest way. I can't give the world the opportunity to grade our successes. I've seen this countless times. Sometimes it could be seen by the world, and wow, that guy's being successful. But I have my own picture of somebody's being honest, engaging their story, working things out, connecting to their parents, connecting to their family, connecting to themselves. The world of Yiddishkeit is an honest connection to Hashem. The guys here have changed my life. I was stark before I came here. I knew a lot of Torah. I did not have the connection to Hashem that I have gotten through being around guys in yeshiva who are very, very God-centric, who are thinking about Hashem, who are thinking about relationships. And what I have seen over the years, the honest pursuit of greatness, of sincerity, of authenticity, is something remarkable. I've been called and texted many times over by people. It's a nace. I don't listen to 880 Kamat ever. I just don't listen to 880. I don't usually turn on the radio when I'm driving. If it goes on, it's going to be FAN. I need my mind. I don't want to hear news. I need my mind shut off. I turned on 880 for the simple reason that in this situation, I am paying attention to the news, because we're all listening to what's going on with Eretz Yisrael. And like a month ago, I turned on 880 one day, and they said the Webster Word of the Year. Now, I've heard this once before in my life. Like 4 years ago, I heard the Word of the Year, they base it, they have some algorithm, they base it on people looking up words. It's based on a real test of the word that's most spoken about in the world. 4 years ago, Ellie, the word of the year was gaslighting, which is very, very interesting. Gaslighting? So that was the word, gaslighting, and that was the word of the year. This year, the word of the year, I turned on 880, and the word of the year was authenticity, which fascinated me, and I think people are craving real. People want to feel. People don't want to just be soldiers. We certainly want to accomplish and do in Yiddishkeit, but it's not just daven and it's not the fake it till you make it model is not working for the kid of today. We all have an element of chitzonius miras hapnimius, of do it and you'll feel it. There's nothing wrong. That's a tool in the bag, but we want it to be an authentic experience. And there are other tools we need as well. This is the yeshiva. By the way, don't ever, you're allowed to be fake. Some of the most awkward, uncomfortable people, I don't do fake. And they're like, the most uncomfortable. Fake is fine. Except we all have elements, flow and function, a journey towards authentic, finding that which resonates by you. It's a journey towards a human being by his nature functions and exists, and we find truth. We work towards truth. I want to say what I've seen from the David Mishpacha. I am so proud of this family. I love each and every one of their sons, incredible people who were part of forming what the yeshiva is today. The yeshiva has gotten to unbelievable places. I wanted Eli and Shimi to come back to see it. I promise, my son and Shine is a very honest friend. He tells me the way it is. A lot of guys here know him. He taught here for years. He doesn't flatter. He's blunt. He's honest. He's a very honest person. He's not somebody who says what I want to hear. That's what I appreciate about our friendship. We have a real friendship. He met with the guys at the end of the year last year. He lost his mind. He was amazed where the yeshiva has gotten to. The levels of honesty, sincerity, and it's all built up from the early years. Guys' journeys, which I didn't understand at the time, and I'm slowly understanding it more. I do come from more of a world of a soldier type experience of do it and just soldier in. Come on, you could do it. And there's such a thing, but there's also a generation that's processing, that's healing, generations of healing that's necessary, connecting, relating, understanding. And I want to say on each of these precious sons, before I speak about the specific reason that I asked Reb Simcha to come here and speak, I want to say that Avi, Tzvi, Eli, and Shimi, each of you, your journeys, I'm so thankful you're here. And I say that each guy who came here with sincerity and was honest and open and fighting for things has brought something and brought us to where we are today. The yeshiva's at a very, very cool place. It's actually a tough place to be because it's hard to be honest. It brings out, there are guys who are more anxious when they come here than not here because it's demanding. It's a little bit easier to just soldier than to be honest and ask and figure out and converse. But it's also neat, and it's also healing, and it's also incredible. It's making a big impact on the world. Wherever the yeshiva goes, people are interested in whatever. I went with a group of guys that were probably, I don't know what the crowd, Rev Johnny, there were over 1,000 people, 1,500. I'm bad with numbers. It was a big crowd at that place. I don't know the numbers of 800. A big crowd. Hasidim are asking, this Hasidic Yid was like interviewing me about Waterbury. People are interested in what the guys here and what you're doing. You're making an impact on the whole world. I feel like somewhat of a thief, and there's a degree that I'm stealing. I hear people say, oh, Kalish, it's the guys. It completely belongs to the guys, 100%. I'm a student. I'm like in middle of 11th grade. That's where I assess myself. I'm getting towards 12th grade, and I'm impacted by the guys and the honesty of the guys. So to me, it means a lot that guys come back from yeshiva. They built. Today, somebody returned who was in the yeshiva. It's his first time back in how many years, Yedidya? 4 years. And Yedidya is back now for a couple of months. I want to welcome Yedidya Palatov back home. I I want to thank you. Did you? I thank Ellie. Ellie, you brought something here that's grown, that's developed. Shimmy, you brought something here that's grown and developed and developing. It's not just impacted here; it's impacted the entire Jewish world. Shimmy, I went to South Africa and had a tour guide who he's not yet from. And he's an Israeli guy living in South Africa, raising a family. He's been there for decades. But I'm not talking, Johannesburg is on fire, is inspired. I'm not talking about Johannesburg. I'm talking about he's in a different part of South Africa, not surrounded by Yidden. Do you know, I said I'm from Waterbury. I don't know Waterbury. Somehow along the thing we were talking, he listens to the song Tati My King. The guy is far from... And that song means a lot to him. Don't ever let. Now, you might say you're in yeshiva and you don't hear the song much. Guys say, when I wasn't here, I listened to that song. I don't hear it much. We are the song. The song is an echo of the yeshiva. The echo of don't ever let go of me. Relationship, Tati, my king. The world knew my king, a soldier. This yeshiva is bringing to the world Tati. Relationship, father, my dad, father. That's what the yeshiva, what parents and children, and the David Mishpacha is their growth as a family coming together. What we're begging parents, the words just love them is not at all the revolution. Relate, connect, be close, understand each other. My dream for every guy here is to look in the eyes of their children and you nod and you both know each other. You just lock eyes, you know each other, to relate, to connect, to understand. That revolution is the parents and the guys in the yeshiva are creating this revolution. The David Mishpach is an incredible, important family in the yeshiva. And the first thing, before I speak about the specific situation, I want to thank them in general for what they mean to the yeshiva, for what they've built. You have built something here. You've been part of the construction. It's continuing. So I want to thank you a lot for being here and for coming back home. I want to welcome as well. There's an incredible family and the same sugya. That's the ikar sugya of the yeshiva's relationship. I have said this story a number of times. There was a guy in yeshiva who was very, very closed. And he would not talk much to anybody, not to dorm counselors, not to friends. And the opening up has nothing to do with opening up to a Rebbe. It could be to your roommate, it could be to a dorm counselor, it could be to your mother. It's talking and talking honestly and figuring out. This guy wasn't open to anybody. I decided, I was driving over a 24-hour period, 18 hours. I decided I'm bringing him in the car. And he's gonna have to hear me. I could talk a long time. So he's gonna have to hear me talk for 18 hours. It's more than likely he'll talk. And in the middle of the trip, he opened up. He probably got sick of hearing me. And he opened up and he said that he said, I feel like I'm lying to you. I said, what are you lying? I wish he would talk to me. You say you're lying to me. You don't say very much. He said, I feel like I'm lying to you. He said, every guy in this yeshiva is trying to get from her. They come here, they want to grow. That's the point of coming. He said, I have zero want to grow. He had a very difficult life. I have zero want to grow. I want to learn friendship and relationship. And I came to the yeshiva, he said, not to grow, and I feel like I'm lying to the yeshiva. Now, he is rejecting religion. I reject the same religion he rejects. And what he didn't understand is that's what Yiddishkeit is, relationship. He came for relationship. He came for the most Yiddishkeit more than other people. Other people think they're coming for religion and end up finding Yiddishkeit here. He actually came for Yiddishkeit. It was pretty cool. He understood and sensed that he's born to connect and relate. You can't not relate to your wife, to your children, to your friends, but your Shemona Esrei is real. If you're not relating to your friend, it's a bunch of bunk. You're not relating to God either. If you can't have a conversation with your friend, your Shemona Esrei is not an honest, open, comfortable conversation. It's religious. You're shuckling hard. You might be frustrated. I'm not making fun of the attempt. But you're not relating to talk, to express, to figure out, to dig in. That's relationship. And Yiddishkeit, mitzvahs. A mitzvah means a command, and a mitzvah means a connection and relationship. an honest and healthy relationship. So I want to say that the Tusk family, we were Zeicha that Yisrael learned in yeshiva, and now Leo. I appreciate a lot about Shmuel Salzberg. He's one of the most special guys in the yeshiva, one of the leaders of the yeshiva. One of the things that I have tremendous appreciation for Shmuel is that he brought Elio Tusk to yeshiva. Elio is the spitz, the word edel. He's soft and nice and caring. His kindness is crazy. Anybody who's watched The Friendship, to Jojo and just to anybody, he's such a nice, appreciative, kind, good person. And to watch his relationship with his parents is a lesson, is a tremendous lesson. I'm a parent, it's a lesson to me. It's a lesson to a relationship, to understanding. He has a tremendous appreciation. His father's a Talmud Chacham, a Yid Tzaddik, and Eliyahu knows it and appreciates it and connects. And of course that impacts. And we're seeing over this year and a half, we've seen tremendous growth. The Iker Rebbeim in the yeshiva are the parents. That's the ikr. To the guys who steig, they're the main rebbeim in the yeshiva. We try to facilitate. And we're trying to facilitate healthy relationships to parents. That's the lechatchila of the influence and the rebbe. Certainly, it's allowed at the other rebbeim as well. But I want to thank Elio Tusk's parents for being here today, for being part of the yeshiva family, of being a lesson in parenting and connection. I thank you for coming today. Since Simchas Torah, our nation has changed. Things are very, very different. And Yidden, we're all much more aware that we're Yidden. We've taken a painful blow and under painful circumstances, but we're Yidden. We're Yidden, and that means something. Anywhere we go, people are talking about us. You feel it. I just went with some bacher to the gas station. People are looking, whether they're feeling good about us, whether they're feeling against, and obviously as the war goes on, the world's going to have all different opinions, but it's clear this was designed by Hashem. We feel we're Yidden. We have friends that are right now fighting in the army, that are standing up and putting their lives at risk, protecting Am Yisrael, protecting our people. We care about every soldier. Since there were soldiers killed on Simchas Torah on October 7th. Since they've gone into Gaza, 128 soldiers have been iftar. Many, many others are injured and need refuahs. Hundreds need refuahs. But 128 soldiers have been iftar. Every single night and every single morning, I look at the list. Every single day, every night and morning, it's painful. It's difficult to look at the list, and I'm just davening for our brothers, for all the soldiers. I care about all of them. But we're all human beings, and we have guys we know and care about. I can't fathom the faith that parents who have a son in Gaza, what that means, what type of faith, what type of prayers, what type of hopes and the fears of parents. I asked Reb Simcha and his wife, Mrs. David, to come down today. I do want to pray with them. I want us all, we're all praying. We have to up our praying. And today after Mincha, the Shir Malis wasn't serious enough. We're praying for all Jewish soldiers. We're allowed to have in mind specifically the soldiers. The names are on the bima of each and every soldier that learned here and that's fighting today in the army and in Gaza right now. I wanna, all of us, I came here today, I wanna pray together, and we'll say Tehillim yet, but I asked Reb Simcha to speak to the Chevra. I want parents, you're heroes to us. Your son is fighting for Am Yisrael. Your son right now is sitting. I want to express that we're together in this. We're together in this. I can't imagine what that means for parents, going to sleep every night, living in as a child in such a difficult situation. We're davening with you. We stand with you. We care with you. We had this Shabbos, Aaron Holtzman's brother, David, came to Yeshiva and spoke. That was remarkable. He spoke by Shabbos day. I asked Reb Simcha to come to speak to us, and then we could pray together. We'll hear also some song. We want to hear you sing, Eli, share with us. We have songs for you also that we want to share with you. But I really want to thank Reb Simcha for coming and agreeing to speak and share with us. So without further ado, Reb Simcha David.
Thank you, Rabbi Kalish. So where to begin? So I don't know who remembers Avi, who doesn't. I'm sure some of the older guys maybe. I don't know. It's been too long maybe. Avi came in 11th grade to Waterbury. I don't know if there's some urban legends about Avi that Rabbi Kalish likes to talk about. I think in 11th or 12th grade, he saved Rabbi Kalish. This was when the dormitory was in a bad neighborhood in Waterbury, and some non-desirables started up, and Avi quickly put Rabbi Kalish to the back and was ready to fight. Rabbi Kalish had to call him back a little bit. That's a true story. And obviously, all the other boys. So a shout out to the David boys, Waterbury legends. So Avi's always been very, very determined. Let me explain. He is the kind of, even now, like in his normal service, he had a group of guys. Then in reserves, they put you with a different group of guys. Like he is like a leader. He is a leader in his group, and he's had that. Obviously, it was formed. It was helped here in the yeshiva. This idea of leading. This idea of his whole tafkid achaim. He just wants to protect fellow Jews. Why he has that, I don't know. I didn't. Maybe he got it from us. He probably got it from here. From just growing up, that's what he wanted to do. And he decided he wanted to go to the Israeli army. And this was many years ago when he graduated. We sent him to Eretz Yisrael. We knew he wanted to, so I sent him to a yeshiva that would at least take that seriously. And 6 months in, he says, "I'm going to the army." He drafted into the army. He originally went in as anybody who was a Chayal Boded. You go in for 18 months, and that's what you do. And then he said, nope, he wanted to get into a Special Forces unit. We were just discussing this before. What they look when they're getting you into a Special Forces unit is not so much, of course, it's your strength, your speed, but more so your determination. And he was fierce with his determination, and he managed to get into a Special Forces unit. It was called Rimon at the time, and he did his service there. And honestly, had no idea, what he was doing when he was in the army. He didn't tell us. He couldn't tell us. Only found out years later when we did a fundraiser. He came home about a year and a half ago and wanted to get good helmets for his unit. So we did a fundraiser, and he put together a video. And my wife and I were like, wow, did you really do this? And he did. Now, this wasn't wartime, but he was going into Jenin, which was not a happy place to be. And at night they would go in and they would make arrests, whatever it was that they needed to do, and then he'd go out. But not a safe place, to say the least. And he's always been very connected to his unit. He went through. Now, importantly, this just tells you about Avi, because I want to talk about Avi so we can all connect to Avi, and then I'll talk to you about the war. But he was what they call the negavist. So if you're in a Special Forces unit, there's two very large guns. Everybody's got a gun. Then there's two very large guns. One is so large that one person carries the gun, the other person carries the bullets. The second one is called the negavist. The reason why it's harder to be the negavist is because not only do you carry your backpack with your 40, 50 kilo, you also carry this massive gun and the bullets together with the gun. So that was him. That was, he wanted just to do everything he could. He wanted to be out there in front. They got a mandate that they wanted to have medics from within the Special Forces unit, not to have outside medics come in, but each group of 30, 35 guys in the Special Forces unit should have a medic. And I remember Avi called me up and he said, he said, I realize now that my entire reason for going into the army is because I want to save people. Like he realized it sounds like it's macho, it's cool, and get to hold a gun and shoot. And he said, I realized that all I want to do is help people. And so he worked very hard to be eligible to be that medic. He had to study medical books in Hebrew. Now remember, this is Avi. He didn't speak a word of Hebrew when he was in Waterbury. I can't imagine he did. And that's what he had to do. And he studied and he became a combat medic for his unit. He went and he did rotations with Magen David Adom. He likes to not joke about it, but the first day he was with Magen David Adom, there was a terrorist attack where somebody came and rammed a bunch of soldiers, and he was the first on the scene. and he called me because he had to process that. It's very difficult to process, to see things like that. And he jokes that the last day there was a woman, Meah Sharm, that he helped give birth to. All right, yeah, that was what he's telling me. Otherwise, it was quiet. But Amaisa, that's what he did. So he became the combat medic in his unit. And then you leave the army. He stayed in Eretz Yisrael. He came home a little bit during COVID, and you do your reserve duty. So it's a day here, a day there, maybe a week every so often. And that guy's actually like doing that because they get away a little. It's a little bit of a guys' club. They liked it. And then Simchas Torah happened. Now, let me explain something to you guys. My son Avi, Baruch Hashem, in the summer got engaged. So he got engaged. We went to Eretz Yisrael. We had a wonderful engagement party to a wonderful girl. Her parents also made Aliyah when she was 14, so they're American. In that sense, they're English speakers. They live in Haifa. Wonderful from family. They're beautiful people. And we set a wedding date. And my wife worked very hard to make sure they got everything they wanted. They wanted to be here, there. And the wedding day was October 18th, 2 weeks after Sukkot. Simchas Torah, and you don't have to do this now, but if you want to hear what Abi went through when he got called up in the first week of the war, you should read what he posted on LinkedIn. He put a post on LinkedIn. I don't know what your TikTok algorithms are showing you, and whether everybody's questioning whether the atrocities took place. If you trust a Waterbury graduate, read what he posted on LinkedIn. He saw all of it. So he got called up, and of course, he gets called up. So there goes the wedding. The wedding got pushed off. So, wedding hasn't happened yet. Mitzvah Shem will happen at the right time. But the wedding got pushed off. And it turns out, he told me, you think it's just me? There's two other guys in my unit of 40 also were supposed to get married around the same time. He kept talking about the date because other guys were supposed to get married. You got to do what you got to do. You had to push it off. But he writes that he went down. He went down. Like the first thing he did, he talks about it a little bit. The first thing he did was he gets the Tzav Shmona that everybody got. He happened to have been in Haifa for Yom Tov by his Kala's parents. He got the Tzav Shmona. He didn't have his phone on him. Somebody told him. The kids are within 24 hours. He was from up north all the way down south. And the first few days, he writes that he was helping to clean up, meaning, first to get rid of whoever terrorists were left. So they were going house to house, community to community to get rid of these guys. And then, ultimately, to help clean up what happened, the bodies. And his unit was there. Remember, he called my wife in the morning, and she said, what's going on? Because, again, when you're not in active combat in Gaza, you could have your phone. And he said, I can't talk about it. I can't even describe it. He said, but you'll see it on the news tonight. And that's when they came out about Kfar Aza and all the atrocities that took place. And he writes how he was helping to clean up the bodies and doing what he had to. Now, you have to understand, you could be the most macho soldier in the world. You have to be able to deal with that. And I'll talk about it a little later, how much work Avi's done on himself, that you put it in a box. You know you're going to have to unpack it, but as a soldier, you have to put it in a box. And he is. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do 3 months later also. It didn't break him, but at some point he's going to have to unpack it. That was his first week. Then they sent his unit up north, and I think they were training most of the time, then back down south. Then they said, you are going in, you're not going into Gaza, you're going into Gaza. 2 weeks ago, a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, they're in Gaza now. Now, Baruch Hashem, my wife and I are very lucky, because they're a reserve unit, the logistics coordinator goes in and out of Gaza. So every night he put together a WhatsApp group with the parents, and every night he sends us a message, sometimes pictures from them, that everybody should know they're all okay. And I've spoken to other parents. I mean, they send their kids in for 4 weeks at a time. Nobody has a phone. Nobody. So they don't even know. They have no idea what's going on with their kids. So, I always like to give Shevach V'adah to the Rabbi Shalom because at least we know, we have an idea, a sense of what's going on. And, to me, people say, "Oh, wow, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it? How do you deal with it?" I'll be honest. It's very difficult. But what gives me always hope is the following. Since the war started, right? Everybody knows the famous Chazal that the world stands on three things, right? Torah, Avodah, and Gemilas Chasadim, right? Torah, learning Torah. Avodah is tefillah, and Gemilas Chasadim is kind deeds. If anybody's been following anything that's going on in the Jewish world, Rabbi Kalish says everybody feels connected. Everybody wants to give you the shirt on their back to help out in Eretz Yisrael. Whether it's the soldiers, the displaced people, the amount of Gemilas Chasadim that has been going on is mind-boggling. As a matter of fact, my wife and I joke, I'm an accountant by day, I'm an arms dealer at night now. Because I've been sending bags and bags. Anything Avi needs, he sends me a link, gun holsters. I got him this like $4,500 site. That was the hardest one to get through. He's like, Todd, it's amazing. It multiplies 25 times. It's got red, green, white, phosphorus. It's amazing. And it takes videos at the same time. Helmets we had gotten for his whole unit a year and a half before. The Kevlar vests, so he had somebody get them in Israel, we reimbursed them. We were lucky enough to be able to set up, we have somebody we know that has a charity. Avi sent out a link. We've raised over $80,000 to help his unit from 400 different people. I don't even know, 50 people, 400 different people. I have no idea. My boys posted it to their statuses. Maybe they're popular. 400 different people have given. So we're not talking about one person gave a lot of money. Everybody gave something. Everybody feels connected. That connection is amazing. So everybody's doing a lot of Gemilas Chasadim. A lot. And you want to know something? That's amazing for all of us. It's a schus for Klal Yisrael. Really, it is. My wife, my sister-in-law, I don't know who it was, set up a Tehillim chat. Okay? So guys, we say like 2 kapitlich after davening. Yeah. The women are very good at saying Tehillim. There are 307 people on the Tehillim. I can't tell you how many times they finish Tehillim. It's a constant. Everybody takes a few, and they're constantly, my WhatsApp, I'm on the WhatsApp status. I'll be honest, I never put down any. I say it, I do my own. But 307 people are on this thing saying Tehillim constantly. You know what the name of the status is? For the safety of Avram ben Elana Tova. I don't know if you've heard the name of Avram ben Elana Tova, but that's my son. And 307 people now are saying Tehillim constantly for him. Somebody actually made up a bracelet or something to remind her. This is an amazing idea of women, that they make a bracelet with the soldier's name on it to remind them to constantly think. So that's the avodah. What it's caused Klal Yisrael, what it's caused the Jewish people to do is just beyond. And people say to me, do you mind if I, yes, this is always, they come over. I work in the field of accounting. I've got secular partners. I'm around secular people, even Goyim. They come over to me and they're like, how's your son? I hope you don't mind my asking. It's always, I hope you don't mind me asking. I'm like, no, of course you should ask. I'm happy that you're asking. Please keep them in your thoughts. Can I say prayers too with the Goyim? Please keep them in your thoughts. Because that to me is very comforting. It's comforting to me to know that there are 300 people davening, that there's a tremendous amount of chesed being done, that there's Torah being learned, not just for my son, for every one of them, right? Rabbi Kalish said, I also wake up in the morning and I also see the text. I have a WhatsApp group where they tell you who passed away that night. It kills me. In the larger context of things, though, if you think about the nisim that it takes, that when you're fighting a war like this, to only lose 128 people, and I don't want to belittle it, is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Yes, tell the U.S. Army what you're doing and how many people, only this amount of people you lost, they'll be like, it doesn't make any sense. Somebody once said, I don't remember who said it, maybe I heard it by you. With the army, that they don't study the Israeli wars. Was that somebody was once in West Point, right? He was learning at West Point, and in West Point they study from Napoleon and on. They study all the military strategy and history and strategy, and every single war around the world. That's what they study, so that they should be smart when it comes to war. So somebody was there, a Jew. He realized nobody's studying 1948, 1973, 1967, 97. Nobody's studying the Israeli wars, and he thought maybe it was like anti-Semitic, like, what, you don't like the Israeli wars? So he kind of went up the chain. I'll make the long story short. And at the end of the day, the guy who wrote the manual said, "Of course we don't study those wars. They don't make any sense. There's no strategy to learn from them because they just don't make any sense." Right? So we see the Nisim, like you have to feel it. The Imamish can feel the Nisim. And that, to me, is just like, is amazing. It's like Klal Yisrael is coming together to do something. Everybody wants to do something. And whether you're Tehillim Zager, you like to do Gemilas Chesed, pick something. Pick something. That's all I'm saying, is pick something. And you have a list of how many guys now? 25, 30 guys?
Up there's 27.
27 guys. Now, I don't know if there's another yeshiva that has, except for Hesed yeshivas, that has that many guys in the army. What that means, that they're Bali Achrayus. That's what it means. That's what Rabbi Kalish talks about. That they're learning, they know the meaning of Klal Yisrael. They know the meaning of feeling that Achrayus towards somebody else. I found it very interesting. And I think it's an amazing place that we find ourselves as Jews right now. You know, we always try to emulate HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? So the Chazal say, Mahu rachum afatarach. Just like God's merciful, you should be merciful. Mahu achat, right? Just like He's this, you should be this. We go through all the attributes, and we try to be godly. Wonderful. The most quintessential godly attribute that is almost difficult to fathom is we say, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Whatever that means, God is one, Achdus, one, singular, whatever it is. How many times in Jewish history have we had, I don't even know what to call it, everybody from every subsection of Klal Yisrael wants to do something and come together ba'achdus. It's very rare. We did it at Har Sinai, ke'ishacha b'levecha. But we're so different, right? We're Am Sheyoref. Each Shevet is different. Within the Shvatim, people are different. We're all different. And yet somehow, at this moment in time, it's historic, guys. This is the time where we have the ability just let's do a big group hug. I mean, that's really what it is. Thank you. Let's just do a big group hug, because that's what's going on. It's crazy. It's very rare that you find this in Klal Yisrael. Yeah, the yeshivish guys, they're like, yeah, we're better, or this one's telling you, oh, I'm better, or this one's, everybody's got their reason for being better than somebody else in Klal Yisrael, Everybody says, oh, yeah, those guys, they learn all day, I work, I'm better. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody. And then all of a sudden, all of it melts. This was an attack on Klal Yisrael. And it doesn't matter whether they were religious. Nobody cares. Some of these people were the most secular people around. This was left versus right that was tearing Eretz Yisrael apart. This was like the most secular people, but you killed us. You killed a part of me. That is so powerful. And it's Nebuch that it takes this to bring us to that. And I know Rabbi Kalish spoke about this. You try to gather people because you're trying to continue that. That Achdus is absolutely amazing. And that's what we say, when do we get the ability to emulate God in that way through oneness? It's very rare. It's very, very, very rare. And, it says that any generation that doesn't rebuild the Beis HaMikdash is as if the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed in your right? Does that mean we're horrible people that we destroyed the Beis HaMikdash? No, of course not. What it means is, why was the Beis HaMikdash destroyed? Why the second Beis HaMikdash was destroyed? Because of Sinas Chinam. It just means we haven't done the job to get rid of it. And I love it how people stand on platforms and there's a reason why I'm like this and look down on other people, because I'm this, I'm that, whatever the reason is. We've all been through some of that, right? We've all had people tell, yeah. No, you're not for us. Yeah, you're not for our, you're not for us, you're not for us, you're not for us. I think everybody here has been through that, right? And we as parents went through it with our kids. Yeah, he's good, not for us. Right? And all that went away. All of that went away. Somebody I know he's a regular balabas. He works for us in Israel, and there's a bunch of WhatsApp groups. So he was telling us how every WhatsApp group for Chesed in Israel, like people need apartments, people need this, that, the other thing. He signed up for one that was to dig graves. That was the WhatsApp group he signed up for. And at first they said, we're okay, we don't need it, but 3 days later they called him. He went to Har Herzl, so he was digging graves for soldiers. This was the soldiers that were killed initially, so it was earlier on in the war. He said the people that came to dig the graves were from every section of Klal Yisrael, from the most secular to Hasidish. Came to give kavod achron to soldiers on Har Herzl, just to dig the graves. I mean, if we could take that achdus, and by the way, I don't want to, and I'm not being facetious about this. You guys are going to start this revolution. I mean, you already have, because that's what you learn here. You learn about achdus. You learn about, right? What other school says we're a Waterbury brother, right? I mean, you learn about achdus. You learn about it. Doesn't matter what my background, doesn't matter where I am. I'm a Jew, and I'm seeking, and I do my journey, you do your journey. That's what you do here. So you guys are like the tip of the spear. The obvious unit, the 55th Brigade, in this thing is called the tip of the spear. I said, I hope you're really not the tip of the spear. I'd rather you not be. But that's what you guys are. That's what you have here. It's an unbelievable thing to have that. Right? You think, those guys in in the whatever yeshiva over there, oh yeah, they got it down pat. No, this generation needs achdus. That's what we need. And that's what it means. Like, how are we going to bring the geula? Because we need to get rid of the avera that we had at the time of the second Beis HaMikdash, which we carry with us throughout Gullus. We're separate, Senes Chinam, whatever you want to call it. We just haven't done it yet. And to see this, it gives me a lot of comfort. It gives me a lot of comfort. And I know that Rabbi Kalish is like, how do you deal with Avi being in Gaza? And that's how I deal with it. I deal with it knowing that it's not me and my wife standing behind him. It's many people in Klal Yisrael. Some know him by name, and some don't know him by name. Doesn't matter. When people ask me about my son, he should come home safe. And he said, yeah, him and his entire unit and all the members that are on the front lines, all the members of the IDF that are on the front. I always say that. Right? I have them in mind. They have me in mind. That's extremely, extremely powerful. That achdus, that Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad Mahu Echad Af Atem V'Ahavta L'Reacha Kamecha Halavai. We should be echad. So that's how we deal with it, and I think it's a fantastic message. There's one other message I think I want to give to the Chevra that I learned from Avi. People think, and you'll read. He's going into special forces is not easy. It's not. I don't know if anybody has in mind to join the IDF. I don't want to dissuade you. All I'll say is maybe try something out before you go in, because it's not easy. I mean, literally, you are, physical, hiking with 80 pounds on your back for miles and miles and miles. A lot of time for yourself, whatever it is, and going into special forces, he would describe to me sometimes. He still joke with me. He's got the knees of a 45-year-old because of all the things they put him through. Okay, he's still very physically fit. But you can imagine when you're doing that, when you're training for that, they put you through physical pain so that you should be able to endure. So if you're in a combat situation, you shouldn't fall apart. You should be able to keep pulling yourself together and be able to handle it. So you can imagine the amount of physical pain that he's able to endure. Okay? That's Avi. Avi, like everybody else here, had his other journey to go on, like Rabbi Kalish talks about. Become a better person internally. having been hurt by somebody, something, some institution. Should I go on? Something hurt everybody who finds themselves here. Emes, I hope, I think. And everybody, for a while, kind of tries to just ease their way through it. The feeling of achdus helps. At some point, you have to work on it. And Avi went through a journey also after he came out of the army. And I will tell you, this is a person who can endure any physical pain to get into a special forces unit. When he started to work on his emotional pain, he was a ragdoll. He couldn't handle it. So when Rabbi Kalish says we're on a journey, we want to become better. You're going to have to do some work. Everybody, it's not just you guys, the whole world needs to do this kind of work. But you're going to have to do some work. And I want you to know it's going to be hard. Not only hard, but harder than being special forces in the IDF. The emotional pain sometimes you have to deal with in order to get better is more difficult than any physical pain that you can have. So if it happens and you're feeling it, understand that that's part of the emotional healing, right? You need to feel it and then hopefully deal with it in the right way and get through it. And I think I always knew it, that people talk about that, how emotional pain can be worse than physical pain. But I saw it with my eyes. And Baruch Hashem, he's done tremendous work on himself. He's amazing. Now not only is he physically strong, he's emotionally strong. He's in tune with himself. And Mirz Hashem, like I said, the wedding should be b'shat tov u'mitzlachas. I joke, I said, there's 3 shutfim in a person, a father and wife, and they're Rebbeinu Shalom. So we, my wife and I decided we're going to set a date for the chasana. And the Rebbeinu Shalom said, I'm sorry, I got to say 2, so that's not the date. I'll give you a better date. They'll get married at a better time. Mirz Hashem, looking forward to dancing at his chasana. I will tell you, he became closer with Rav Gamliel Rabinovich. The man is a tzaddik atzon, tzaddik Rav Gamliel. Avi had an interest in learning Kabbalah. I don't know where it came from. He made me start learning Kabbalah, Rabbi Kalish. You might have to help me out. I started learning a little Kabbalah with him, and he heard Rav Gamliel. I got him to go to Rav Gamliel, and Rav Gamliel just has embraced him. It's amazing. And he's just an amazing person. And Avi connects with him. And my point is, there's always good people out there to connect with. And people you wouldn't think, how can I connect? How can I connect to Rabbi Kalish? Look at him. He wears a white shirt all the time. How do I connect? The answer is no. There are big people out there, big people that you could connect to. But ultimately, most importantly, is that you connect with yourself. You go through healing on your own. You continue to grow. And I know I'm talking to different ages here. So some people are at the beginning. Some people are more advanced. Some people think they've worked on themselves, and now they're listening. They're not so sure they did. You work on yourself your whole life. Let's be honest. You work on yourself your whole life. The point is, it is a journey. It's an important journey. And you're starting with a foundation that's solid as rock. Waterbury is the most solid foundation for self-work because we're honest. We're not hiding over things and saying, Torah is going to save everything and this is going to save everything. Just daven better. No, we're honest. And so, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. And it really, I hope that I don't know, maybe if not, gave you a message, at least entertained you for a little bit. But I want to thank Rabbi Kalish and just lots of atzlacha to everybody. This is an amazing institution, and you guys have the benefit of being here. So.
Amazing. That was incredible. I thank Reb Simcha. That means a lot. There's a lot I want to do together. I want to say Tehillim together. We will say some Tehillim together. But I first want to ask Chaim and Shlomo. Of course, we're a place of song, and I want to ask Chaim specifically. Reb Simcha spoke about the unity, and to hear him speak about Avi, gushing, a father gushing over his son, that was better than any prayer we could say. That was the deepest prayer. When we look at our children and say, that's my son, I love him, Hashem say, we're Hashem's children. Hashem, I say, Rabbi Say, the way Reb Simcha gushed over Avi, spoke about his the heroic physical work, and working on nisyanis that is even harder than the physical work, and working on his inner and getting in touch. And a father gushing over his son, to me the best prayer is Hashem sees that. You see the way a father gushes over his son, we beg Hashem gush over us. And there's a song that Chaim and Shlomo, I don't know if you heard it yet, Eli, there's a song every Yid has a neshama, and speaks about the Nishmas Yisrael. We've discovered the soul of the Yid. The soul of the Yid is untouchable, so I'm going to ask Chaim and Shlomo. And then Eli, you'll go next.
David.
Ellie knows the song?
Which one?
Come sing with them.
Yeah. You did? Huh? How could I not know you did?
So come sing. Ready with Ellie? Ellie, this is
His guitar.
Yeah.
two Ellie at a time. Yeah.
Shabbos of Yidden, oh Yidden, of Yedem, Nishames of Yedem, oh Yedem. So holy, so pure, so precious, Nishames of Yedem, Nishames of Yedem.
Let my people go. Chaim, let my people go. Then Eli goes next. Listen, that song, Chaim. Both these two songs, Chaim.
Let my people go. Let my people go. Let my people go. Let my people go. B'nai Yerushalayim, Hashem, B'nai Yisrael. Let my people go. 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 Let my people go.
Eli, it's your turn. That was your turn.
Find myself in you. I want to find you in me. I want to find myself in you. I want to find you in me. I want to find myself in you. I want to find you in me. I want to find myself in you. I want to find you. We are one in our essence. We are here in your presence. Heal our souls and wash our pain away. We are your true desire to rejoice and inspire. Give us strength to rise and carry on. We are one in our essence. We are here in your presence. Heal our souls and wash our pain away. We are your true desire to rejoice and inspire. Give us strength to rise and carry on. Find myself in you. I want to find you in me. I want to find myself in you. I want to find you in me. I want to find myself in you. I want to find you in me. I want to find myself in you. I want to find you. We are one in our essence. We are here in your presence. Heal our souls and wash our pain away. We are your true desire to rejoice and inspire. Give us strength to rise and carry on. We are one in our essence. We are here in your presence. Heal our souls and wash our pain away. We are your true desire to rejoice and inspire. Give us strength to rise and carry on. So holy, so pure, so precious, Neshamas of Yedin, Neshamas of Yedin. So holy, so pure, so precious, Neshamas of Yedin, Neshamas of Yedin. Neshamas of Yedin, Neshamas of Yedin, Yedin. So holy, so pure, so precious, Neshamas of Yedin, shames avede. We are one in our essence. We are here in your presence. Heal our souls and wash our pain away. We are yours, true desire to rejoice and inspire. So give us strength to rise and carry on. Give us strength to rise and carry on.
I think the Chevra might want another song. It's gorgeous.
So this next song, so like my dad was speaking about, we are definitely, we're all on journeys, and they're lifelong journeys. I myself am on a very interesting journey, a beautiful journey, because it's my journey, but definitely an interesting one. And on this journey, one of my biggest roadblocks has been fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of myself, just fear. And it can get so intense that I just, feel like I can't move sometimes. Not in the physical sense, but like in the, in the emotional sense where it's just you're walled in. So you built yourself like a little well of fear. And I express myself through singing. I'm not a good speaker like my dad. I don't have that, but at least I can, express through song, which is also thanks to him. And I've had the pleasure a couple times to say the pleasure just because it's Kibbut Avein, but he should get better soon. He has something hurting him in his shoulder now. I was able to take him to the doctor a couple times. And I knew that anytime I took him to the doctor, like I try to write every day. I try to write a song. But sometimes it's hard because of many different things. And I knew that if I'm going to take him to the doctor, if I'm going to drive him 40 minutes, wake up in the morning and do that, like I know God's going to give me a song. I know it's in a good space. It's not why I did it, but I knew it was just like a good addition. So I'll sing you a song that when I was sitting in the car waiting for him, came to me.
For an hour. You wrote the song in an hour.
And I was just staring out the window and like trying to be more, present in my journey and trying to understand like where the fear comes from. And my eyes just locked onto these three little birds. Maybe it's one bird, but three little birds sound better. And it was cool to see like how, obviously they don't have the same amount of chachma we do, but they just sit there perched on a branch and no fear, they just fly. They don't look both ways, they just go, they fly. And it gave me a lot of physics to, I'm not a bird, but I at least try to internalize being a bird sometimes and just go, just fly. What happens is gonna happen, just fly. The rest of the song, it's called Little Bird. Hey little bird, nestled up high, spread your mighty wings, flying free through a baby blue sky.
smiling as you sing. Freedom lies at the tip of your beat. Beauty and peace in the songs that you speak. Little bird, teach me to sing when I want to cry. Little bird, teach me to spread my wings and rise. Little bird, teach me to fly. Teach me to fly. Never troubled by the changing winds. You are light. You are light. Never troubled by the changing winds. You are light. You are light. Never troubled by the changing winds. You are light. You are light. Never troubled by the changing winds. You are light. You are light. Little bird, teach me to sing when I want to cry. Little bird, teach me to spread my wings and rise. Little bird, teach me to fly. Teach me to fly. Teach me to fly. Selfishly. This is one of my favorite songs. I taught it when I was a very little kid. I've always loved it, but I've never tried to play it before.
Change it.
I don't want to show it to you.
Okay.
I just want you to hear it. You'll know.
I'll start singing.
Who remembers? Who was at Eli Sim? Yaakov, you were at Eli Sim when Rav Simcha sang with Eli? You remember that? He remembers. Rav Ezzi was there? Yaakov. It's cool, Rabbi say it's cool. We're seeing Eli's musical talents. The Rav Simcha came here early in Eli's journey and sang a song together. It was your sim. It was Eli's sim. Rav Simcha.
You painted Tzvi sim. You played by Tzvi sim.
Oh, you sang by.
That was his first thing.
The story with Avi is a true story. The details are not important, but I was surrounded by about 10 inner city guys who weren't happy with me. And the biggest guy in the group, who was tall and big, ripped off his shirt and threatened to be very harmful. And Avi David picked me up, moved me away, and got in his face, and ultimately chased away 10 people. Is a true story. So now he's protecting Am Yisrael. He was protecting one person. Now he's sing with Tata.
Return to what you are. return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are, born and reborn again. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are, born and reborn again.
Ben, see, I want you to first meet Ellie David. That makes sense.
There you go.
Ben, so you share something for Ellie? Whatever you want to share with Ellie.
Just singing something that I end up doing
Yehuda, especially the
Look me in the eyes, tell me all the truth you try to hide. Tell me all the things that you deny. It's time to open up, 'cause it's building up inside. Tell me that it's okay that I can cry. Show a little weakness, you human side. It's time to open up, let it all pour out. What do you want from me? A little honesty. Oh, that's the hardest part. Bringing to life what you kept in the dark. You tell me it's the only way to move on and feel okay. And what you say to me, oh, it will set you free. Look me in the eye, tell me all the truth you try to hide. Tell me all the things that you deny. It's time to open up, 'cause it's building up inside. Tell me that it's okay, I can cry. Show a little weakness, human inside. Let it all pour out. And now that I showed you where my heart is really at, I don't expect you to be here when I get back. When I get back. Oh, but you stood right by me when everyone turned their back. Told me you'd listen and be here when times get bad. Oh, you know what you told me next. Look me in the eyes, tell me all the truth you try to hide. Tell me all the things that you deny. It's time to open up, building up inside. Tell me that it's okay, I can cry. Show a little weakness, human side. Let it all pour out. What do you want from me? A little honesty. That's the hardest part. Bringing to life what you kept in the dark. Tell me it's the only way to move on and feel okay. And what you say to me, oh, it will set you free. try to hide. Tell me all the things that you deny. It's time to open up, 'cause it's building up inside. Tell me that it's okay, I can cry. Show a little weakness, human side. Let it all pour out. Look me in the eye. Tell me all the truth you try to hide. Tell me all the things that you deny. It's time to open up, because it's building up inside. Tell me that it's okay, I can cry. Show a little weakness, human side. Let it all pour out. Oh, 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 oh. Let it all pour out. Let it all pour out.
Fancy. Yehuda Krupka? Yehuda. Shloim stays there. Yes, that's compatible.
What's going on here? What's going on? It's like a bunch of realness. Crazy.
Just saw your text. Kevra, we'll continue to sit here. We're going to say Tehillim and we'll end with one song, but let's say Tehillim. Johnny. Johnny. Do the first one. No? Let's be Ravezi, could you start Kuf Chaf Aleph? You say the first capital till him, Kuf Chaf Aleph. You lead it. Kuf Chaf Aleph. Yeah, sitting. Well, sitting will take turns.
No problem.
Kuf Chaf Aleph. First one is Kuf Chaf Aleph. Kuf Chaf Aleph. Snapchat.